Every morning, millions of people over 50 rise from bed with a familiar stiffness, the kind that makes you pause before your feet touch the floor. Knees ache, fingers don't quite obey, and even a short walk to the kitchen feels heavier than it used to. For some, this discomfort is brushed off as just getting older, but I've seen firsthand that it doesn't have to be this way. I'm Dr. Brian, and welcome to Channel Wellness Blueprint Over 50. Today, I want to take you on a journey, not just through science, but through real hope. Because behind the quiet whispers of joint pain lies a truth many never hear. The right nutrients can restore flexibility, reduce inflammation, and help you reclaim the freedom to move. In this video, I'll reveal 3 carefully chosen multivitamins that have the power to change the way you walk, stretch, and live. When I think about joint pain, I think about a woman I once treated named Helen. She was 72, fiercely independent, and loved gardening more than anything. But over the years, her morning ritual of stepping into the soil, kneeling to plant flowers, and pulling weeds had slowly slipped away from her. Her fingers grew stiff, her knees felt heavy, and the act of kneeling became a battle. She told me once, "Doctor, it feels like I've been robbed of something simple, something that made me me." And that sentence stayed with me because joint pain does feel like theft. It steals movement, it steals joy, and it steals the confidence to live freely. That's why I take the subject of multivitamins seriously, especially ones that are thoughtfully formulated for joint support. One of the most remarkable combinations I've seen available today is nature-made Multi-Plus Omega-3 with joint support. Now let me explain why this is more than just another pill on the shelf. Inside our bodies, cartilage acts like a cushion. Picture the shock absorbers on your car. When they're new, the ride is smooth, comfortable, but when they wear out, every bump in the road rattles you to the core. That's what happens when cartilage thins with age. The result is grinding, stiffness, and aching with each movement. The star ingredient in this formula, glucosamine, provides your body with the raw materials it needs to maintain that cushion. It doesn't work like a painkiller. It works like a repair kit, patching up the padding so that your joints don't grind bone on bone. Now, glucosamine alone is powerful, but pair it with omega-3 fatty acids, and you get something even more extraordinary. Omega-3s are like nature's firefighters. When inflammation flares inside your joints, those invisible flames that make your knuckles throb or your knees swell, EPA and DHA from fish oil arrive with the hose, cooling everything down. One study published in the Annals of the Rheumatic Diseases found that omega-3 supplementation significantly reduced joint tenderness and morning stiffness in people with rheumatoid arthritis. While not every ache and pain is caused by arthritis, the principle is the same. Omega-3s calm inflammation, and calmer joints are freer joints. But Nature Made didn't stop there. They included vitamin D3, which is critical because without it, your body struggles to absorb calcium properly. Strong bones are the foundation of healthy joints, and weak bones set the stage for faster wear and tear. Many of my older patients are surprised when a simple blood test reveals they're deficient in vitamin D, and yet correcting that deficiency often lessens their discomfort. Think of vitamin D as the sunshine vitamin that brightens your joints from the inside out. Then there's the quiet support crew, vitamins C and E, 2 antioxidants that neutralize free radicals. Free radicals are like little sparks flying around your body, damaging tissue wherever they land. Antioxidants act like a fire blanket, smothering those sparks before they can cause lasting harm. In joints, this means less oxidative stress and slower cartilage breakdown. What I particularly admire about this supplement is that it's not only about the joints, it's a true multivitamin. That means you're also getting B12 to keep your energy levels steady, magnesium for muscle relaxation, and zinc to support your immune system. In one simple habit, just 2 soft gels a day, you're giving your body both targeted joint care and the broad nutrition it needs to thrive. For many older adults, the beauty of that simplicity can't be overstated. Let me circle back to Helen, my gardening patient. After we worked together on adding the right nutrients, including a glucosamine and omega-3 rich supplement, she told me months later, "Doctor, I was back in my garden this spring. I planted roses." She still had to pace herself. There are no magic cures, but she reclaimed the part of her life that mattered most. And that's what I want for you. To imagine what 3 months from now could feel like if you nourished your joints daily, not with quick fixes, but with a steady flow of what they need to heal and protect. Imagine standing up without hesitation, climbing stairs without wincing, waking up without the stiffness that makes mornings feel like an obstacle course. This is not about masking pain. It's about giving your body the tools to restore itself. Nature made multi-plus omega-3 with joint support is not a miracle, but it is a powerful ally. It's clean, easy to take, and built on solid science. And for someone over 50 who wants to preserve independence, to keep moving, stretching, and living fully, that small daily habit can feel like the first brick in rebuilding the bridge back to freedom. One of the most humbling truths I've learned in over 3 decades of practice is that the body changes in ways we often don't notice until it speaks up with discomfort. For many people, that voice comes through joints that creak, hips that protest, or hands that no longer grip as firmly. When I sit across from a patient in their 60s or 70s, I sometimes hear them sigh and say, "I guess this is just what aging feels like." And I always look them in the eye and respond, "Aging is natural. Pain doesn't have to be." Let me share the story of John, a retired teacher who came to see me at 68. He had spent his career standing in front of classrooms, chalk in hand, full of energy. But after retirement, his mornings became a struggle. His knees felt like rusty hinges. His back ached when he tried to bend. And he had quietly begun declining invitations to walk with friends. The worst part, he told me, wasn't the pain itself. It was the shrinking of his world. The distance between his living room chair and the outside felt wider every day. That's why I want to talk about a multivitamin designed with people like John in mind. Garden of Life, vitamin code 50 and wiser. This is not a generic pill. It's built specifically for the needs of adults over 50, with an emphasis on joints, bones, and the quiet but powerful process of reducing inflammation. Let's start with vitamin D3 because in this age group, deficiency is almost the rule, not the exception. Think of vitamin D as the director of an orchestra. Without it, calcium and magnesium don't play in harmony, and the bones lose their strength. But when vitamin D is present in sufficient amounts, everything works together to keep bones dense, joints supported, and muscles responsive. The added benefit? Vitamin D also has an immune-regulating effect that calms chronic inflammation, the kind that makes your joints feel swollen and stiff. But Garden of Life doesn't stop with the basics. They add minerals like zinc, selenium, and boron. Boron is fascinating. It's like a traffic controller that helps your body use calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D more effectively. Research has even hinted that boron may support cartilage regeneration. That's profound when you think about it. The possibility that nutrients can help the body rebuild part of the cushion between bones. And here's where Garden of Life takes a different path from most multivitamins. Their base isn't synthetic. It's made from raw, whole foods, fruits and vegetables that still contain their enzymes and natural cofactors. That matters because your body recognizes nutrients from food more readily than isolated lab-made compounds. Imagine the difference between biting into a fresh orange versus swallowing a sugar tablet. One delivers life and complexity, the other is just a piece of chemistry. They even include probiotics and digestive enzymes. At first glance, that might seem unrelated to joint health. But here's the hidden link. Good digestion means better absorption. If your body can't break down and use the nutrients you swallow, they won't reach your joints where they're needed most. By supporting the gut, this formula ensures that every capsule delivers its full potential. Now, I can already hear someone say, "But Dr. Brian, does it really make a difference?" Let me return to John, my retired teacher. After months on a regimen that included a whole food-based multivitamin with vitamin D and boron, plus lifestyle changes like walking and stretching, his story shifted. He began joining his neighbors for walks again, the rusty hinges feeling softened. His world, once shrinking, started expanding again. He looked at me during one visit and said, "I feel like myself again. Not 25 years old, but myself." And to me, that's the most important transformation. Not chasing youth, but reclaiming vitality. Science supports what John experienced. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism highlighted that older adults with sufficient vitamin D and mineral intake reported less musculoskeletal pain and better mobility. The connection is not coincidence, it's biology. Garden of Life, Vitamin Code 50 and Wiser is more than a supplement. It's a gesture of respect for the wisdom and resilience of the body after 50. It doesn't load you with synthetic fillers or empty promises. Instead, it honors your biology with nutrients as close to nature as possible. So if you're over 50 and starting to feel those whispers of stiffness or the dull ache that follows you through the day, consider this as more than just a capsule. Think of it as a daily vote for your future. One that says, I want to keep walking, keep bending, keep living on my terms. Because aging with vitality isn't about resisting time. It's about embracing each year with strength and freedom. There's a moment I'll never forget. A patient named Clara, 66 years old, sat across from me, holding her coffee mug with both hands because her fingers wouldn't allow a steady grip with just one. She looked at me and whispered, I just want to feel normal again, Dr. Brian. I don't need to run marathons. I just want to open a jar, kneel in my garden, and walk with my grandchildren without wincing. That desire, so simple yet so profound, echoes through countless older adults who are battling joint discomfort every day. This is why I hold supplements like Move Free Advanced Plus MSM in such regard. Unlike broad-spectrum multivitamins that scatter their benefits across the body, this one is laser-focused on the joints. It's like a mechanic who doesn't try to fix your whole car in one visit, but specializes in tuning up the suspension so the ride feels smooth again. At the heart of this formula lies glucosamine. Remember the cushion between your bones? The cartilage that allows them to glide past each other like silk? Over time, that cushion wears thin. Glucosamine gives your body the raw materials to maintain and repair that padding. It's like restoring the padding on an old chair. Suddenly, it's not creaky, and sitting becomes comfortable again. But what sets this supplement apart is its companion ingredient, MSM, or methyl sulfonyl methane. Now that's a mouthful, but in essence, MSM provides sulfur, an essential building block for connective tissue. Think of sulfur as the glue that holds collagen and cartilage together. Without enough of it, your joints feel like a book with loose binding, fragile, unstable. But with it, the pages hold strong. The structure endures. MSM also has a calming quality. It tamps down inflammation, like placing a cool compress over an angry, swollen joint. Then comes chondroitin, a powerful partner to glucosamine. Together, they don't just maintain cartilage, they slow down its breakdown. Chondroitin acts like a sponge, drawing water into the cartilage so it stays plump and elastic. Without that hydration, cartilage becomes brittle, like dried leather. With it, the cushion remains springy, absorbing the impact of every step. Another unsung hero in this blend is hyaluronic acid. If cartilage is the cushion, hyaluronic acid is the oil that keeps the hinges gliding. It's naturally found in the synovial fluid, the slick substance that prevents bones from grinding together. Imagine oiling a squeaky door hinge. Suddenly, it opens smoothly and quietly. That's what hyaluronic acid does for your joints. And we can't forget vitamin D3, included here not as an afterthought, but as an essential foundation. Healthy joints rely on strong bones, and bones rely on calcium. Vitamin D3 is the key that unlocks calcium's potential. Without enough D3, calcium drifts without purpose, leaving bones weak and joints unsupported. With D3, bones remain strong, and joints are framed in stability. The power of this formulation isn't just theoretical, it's reflected in lives transformed. Clara, the patient I mentioned earlier, committed to using a joint-focused supplement like this, alongside gentle stretching and walking. 3 months later, she came back to my office holding her coffee mug in one hand, smiling. Doctor, she said, I tied my granddaughter's shoelaces yesterday without groaning. I felt free. That kind of freedom isn't measured in miles run or weights lifted. It's measured in reclaimed everyday moments. Scientific studies back this up too. Research published in the Journal of Rheumatology showed that glucosamine and chondroitin, especially when paired, significantly improve joint function and reduce discomfort compared to placebo. And MSM has been highlighted in trials as effective in reducing joint pain and improving physical function, especially in osteoarthritis patients. What I admire about Move Free Advanced Plus MSM is its clarity of purpose. It doesn't try to do everything for everyone. It focuses where so many older adults need the most help, keeping joints mobile, cushioned, and pain-free. For someone who wants a straightforward, targeted approach, it's a reliable ally. Of course, it's important to remember, this isn't a magic pill. No supplement can erase decades of wear overnight, but with consistency, it builds a foundation. It gives your body what it needs to repair, protect, and gradually restore mobility. And when combined with movement, hydration, and an anti-inflammatory diet, the benefits compound beautifully. So if you've been living with the quiet frustration of stiff mornings, aching knees, or that nagging creak in your back, I want you to picture what life could look like with smoother, easier movement. Imagine gardening without hesitation, dancing slowly with your partner, or kneeling to play with a child on the floor. That's what Move Free really means. Not just a brand, but a promise that with the right support, freedom of movement can still be yours. We've walked through three powerful allies today. Nature-made Multi-Plus Omega-3 offers the all-in-one balance of daily nutrition and joint support. Garden of Life Vitamin Code 50 and Wiser brings a whole food, bioavailable approach designed with the over 50 body in mind. And Move Free Advanced Plus MSM delivers laser-focused joint comfort, targeting the very roots of stiffness and pain. Remember, no supplement works without patience and consistency, but combined with healthy habits, these can truly transform mobility. You deserve a life of movement and joy. I'm Dr. Brian. Thank you for joining me. Like, subscribe, and share your story below.